Good day to you. My name is Mike Addison, and I'm representing Addsure, FSP 15269. Okay, so Addsure is a specialist insurance advisor company. So we're a broker, essentially, specializing in community scheme insurance. I'm talking about your letter of advice, your schedule of replacement value, and your renewal pack, the three sets of documents that we've enclosed here, and our advice process. This is a very, very strong point. This is what I call our differentiating, or our main differentiating factor compared to what most bodies corporate are used to out there. Your record of advice, which we call the LOA, letter of advice, is actually critically important in community schemes. It's a Phase Act requirement. Financial Advisory and Intermediary Services Act Code of Conduct requires that you actually have certain criteria met. We call it our pyramid of advice, starting with the LOA, which has links to more details. And so the pyramid widens. Okay, so your letter of advice, or the LOA, sits at the top of the pyramid and then filters down to the others. The renewal pack is the set of documents which supports your letter of advice. And then, of course, the schedule of replacement values, the SRV, is the annual schedule setting out all of the replacement values. No, it's not part of the policy document. It's a separate document that needs to be prepared, and that's something that Addsure also does, which is a huge differentiation factor in that it's something that the body corporate or the managing agent needs to do for you. Okay, not just a photocopy, a properly prepared schedule. Addsure does that as an extra service included in the deal. Okay, so very important. Those are your documents. They're all there for you. Just a quick explainer on the letter of advice. You will see the first page there. It meets certain criteria in terms of phase. It's going to run across the screen for you so that you can actually see it exactly. Here we meet those first criteria, and then the second page, which summarizes everything, actually does all of the other things. Firstly, it sets up your this year compared to the future year being the renewal date onwards, how it stacks up against each other, your percentage sum insured increase, whether that's suitable or adequate or too much. You can talk to me. And then, of course, your actual premium increase, whether it's commensurate, whether it's a little bit more, or whether we've been able to negotiate a discount, or related to your claims ratio. I'm not going to explain claims ratio here, but please go and watch another video on claims ratio on our YouTube channel, or otherwise, please have a look at some of our articles about claims ratio, which we believe trustees need to really understand to understand the process. Okay, and then we go on to providing our actual recommendation after a comparative analysis is done. If you see there's a comparative analysis, if we've been able to source more quotes, which we will usually be able to do, and we do a comparison, and if something looks much better and your present insurer can't match up, then we will consider advising or recommending that you change. So no, we don't just throw renewal documents at you. We give you a nice written, proper, fit advice so that you can actually understand it, you can consume it very easily by taking it in small chunks from the top, and then of course you can follow our recommendation. The main important things is that there's a whole lot of protection afforded to the trustees and the owners, even the managing agent, but more particularly the owners and the trustees or the scheme executives. There's a whole lot of reasons why this protects you. You know, we can actually just go through it, but I'll just put it all up on the screen so I don't have to read it all to you, and you can actually read more about that in there. booklet, which is the Sectional Title Insurance Guide, which is right at the bottom of the pyramid. In other words, it underpins the whole advice pyramid. Okay, so please have a look at that, have a look at the letter of advice, understand the main top, the renewal pack, which comes with all of the benefit summaries and all of the actual quotes, and then, of course, your scheduled replacement values, which is critically important. Okay, so thank you very much. Enjoy the letter of advice, and if you have any questions, of course, please come to us and we can go through it. I'm also happy to go through it with you over Zoom or physically if you're in the Johannesburg area for me, or Brian in Cape Town, or Bruce in Durban.